While Photoshop focuses on graphic elements, there is often a need to work with text. We can add an inspirational saying if we're making a poster, or maybe add a funny caption to a vacation photo. Since text is not one of the most commonly thought of tools in Photoshop, let's take a few minutes to identify where to find it and how to use it. While it certainly isn't always the focus of images that we work with in Photoshop, for some people, text or the type tool is really an important piece. I want to go ahead and just apply maybe a little captioning or titling to this image to show that we can add it to the picture itself. To do so, we need to work with the type tool, so we'll select that. And then we'll move on to the image and click and drag to draw the text box that we want to use. Once that's selected, we need to, of course, type our text. Don't be surprised if your text looks very small or possibly that you can't even see it. One of the challenges that we face here is sometimes our images are very large. Because we've shrunk them down to fit onto our screen, the text at maybe 12 or 14 point may be so small that it simply doesn't show. If that's the case, remember you can always zoom in on your text in order to see it better. Typing the text is one of the easy parts, but the other easy part is formatting it. We do have a paragraph and a character panel with all kinds of options, but a majority of what a lot of people do can be done right from the control panel when the text is selected. For example, you can change the font. The fonts that you have available will of course depend on your particular computer and what you have loaded. Some of us have some favorite fonts. Try to make your font consistent and match the feeling that you're trying to get with your picture. You can also apply some quick formatting like making it italics and bold. And perhaps the most important tool is making it larger. The drop-down only has a limited number of font sizes, but don't forget that this is also a text box, so you can delete what's there and simply type in a size value that works for you. Let's try 200. If that doesn't work, you can continue to play with it until you get exactly the size that you want. If you need to align it, left, center, and right, the horizontal alignment tools are available as well. We'll kind of finish this up with a little bit of fun stuff, and that would be the ability to create warped text. By clicking on this option, it displays the warp text box, and you can choose a shape or a style from the drop-down. Simply clicking on it applies the style that you want. And sometimes you want to kind of work with a couple of different styles so that you can see which one is going to work best for your particular text and type. To put it back, you simply choose None from the style. When you're finished, you can go back to your selection tool, click off, and see that you now have been able to